Are you a foreigner thinking of buying property in Malaysia, but you have no idea where to start? In this video, I'll break it all down step by step, from deciding what you want, what you can buy, where to search, and the do's and don'ts you need to know. This guide will help you navigate the Malaysian property market with confidence. Why am I doing this video? Well, because I don't want you guys to rely 100% on real estate agents. You need to do your own research. I want you to understand the market so you know what you can get with your budget. So watch this video to the end to fully understand how it's done. First things first, what's your purpose for buying? Are you looking for an investment property to rent out, a vacation home, or a place to live long term? This greatly affects your property purchase. Once you've decided, set a clear budget. Here's the thing. Different states have different minimum purchase price. For example, in most states, it's RM 1 million ringgit. So if you're on the MM2H visa, there are different criteria, and I'll explain that shortly. Think about the property type. Malaysia has condos, landed homes, service apartments, and other type of residences, and each has its pros and cons. For example, condos come with facilities like pools, gyms, and landed homes offer more space. It really depends on your lifestyle. And speaking of lifestyle, ask yourself this: do you want to be near work or international schools? Do you want to be near public transportation or recreational areas? Which one is more important to you? Location is a major influence on property price. A condo in KL will cost you much more than a landed house in the suburbs. Now, if you have no idea where the best places to live or stay are, check out my video on the top 5 cities in Malaysia that expats love to live and retire in. It will definitely help you decide which state suits you best. I'm also working on a new series called Deep Dive, where I'll explore these cities in more detail, covering the cost of living, amenities, schools, and expat communities. So hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. But for now, let's talk about what you, as a foreigner, can actually buy. I've explained this in detail in my video on how foreigners can buy property in Malaysia, so do check that out. But here are the key points. There's a minimum purchase price for foreigners, and it varies by state. Most require 1 million ringgit as a minimum purchase price. Now, certain things foreigners can't buy, which are low-cost housing, bumi lots, Malay Reserve land, and agricultural land. Those are reserved for the locals. You can buy leasehold and freehold properties here. Freehold means you own it forever, and leasehold gives you the ownership for a maximum of 99 years. But do take note that some landed homes may only have about 40 to 50 years left on the lease. You can renew it, but it will cost you money. So make sure you check the tenure when you are looking at leasehold properties. Here are the top property websites in Malaysia to start your search: iProperty, Property Guru, and Mudah.my. Use these platforms to filter by location, property type, and price. It will help you narrow down your choices quickly. Let me show you how to navigate the property websites. Alright, so here we have Property Guru. So there are 3 websites: Property Guru, iProperty, and Mudah.my. Okay, so iProperty and Property Guru are 100% property websites, and Mudah.my actually sells everything under the sun. Like, you can search for cars, property, electronics, jobs, yeah, everything else. Oh, you can also search for pets. I did not know that. Okay, so let's start with Property Guru. Both Property Guru and iProperty require you to search based on location. So it's one way for them to narrow down the listings for you. So I know most of you don't know which are the main locations. So for this example, we're just going to focus in KL. We have Mont Kiara, Bangsa, Damansara Heights, Hartamas, and Jalan Duta. Yeah, so these are like at the top of my head, areas for expats that they like to stay in these locations. If you want to know more towns around KL or other states, do subscribe and stay tuned for the deep dive series. I will go deeper in there. But for now, let's just start with Mont Kiara. Alright, so from Mont Kiara, you have all the filter functions. Of course, we're going for residential. Yeah, you can filter it by, let's just say, apartment, condo. And in Mont Kiara, which is under KL, its minimum is 1 million ringgit. So 1 million ringgit, and yeah, you can also search by the rest, like per square feet, what's the tenure, you want freehold, leasehold, build year. You can go all kinds of filter, but let's just filter by this. Of course, there's going to be a lot of ads like the terraces in Penang, which is very far away from Mont Kiara, so let's ignore that. Let's see. So okay, over here we have Mont Kiara Banyan, we have Pavilion Mont Kiara, we have Seni Mont Kiara. So there are a lot. So let's just see. For example, over here, Mont Kiara Banyan is in Mont Kiara. It's 1,800 square feet at 598 ringgit per square feet, which is very, very reasonable. If you're getting anything in Mont Kiara at below 600 ringgit per square feet, that is considered quite good. Of course, you need to assess the condo's condition, the exact location, and the accessibility as well. How far away is it from the main Mont Kiara area? So for 1.1 million is actually quite good. So let's have a look at this. So here you can see there are pictures of it. Okay, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Okay, it's honestly very cheap at 598 ringgit. So they give you the property details. So here it comes, it's fully furnished. The condo was completed in January of 2007. It's freehold. Oh, it recently got listed a few days ago. Yeah, not tenanted, is strata title. It's a non-boomi lot, which means that foreigners can buy it. So you see there's a total of 147 units only, which is very low density. So about this actual property, it's vacant, non-boomi lot, fully furnished and good condition unit. Not sure what does good condition mean, but all information and photo is true. So this is very important. This means that unit over here, the description as well as the photos are the actual unit. So in most cases, or not most cases, in some cases, agents have like 10 units of different sizes in that particular condo, but they will only post the picture of the nicest unit. So it's not the same price and picture that you're looking at. So this one is letting you know that 1.1 million, this is what you're getting. Yeah, it looks actually not bad. Probably just a nice paint coat and you're good to go. There's also furnitures in. It's actually quite a good deal. What's interesting is in Property Guru, you have the feature that's called What's Nearby. Now, let's zoom in on this. Now, of course, trains, there are no trains in Mont Kiara yet. The trains are coming. The MRT3 line, Circle Line they call it. Yeah, it's passing by Mont Kiara. So there's going to be somewhere around here. They haven't confirmed it yet, but it's going to be somewhere in Mont Kiara. So you will have a train station that connects all the other train lines in Kuala Lumpur. Now, the nearby schools. If you have kids and you're looking to move here and get good education for your kids, they show you, like here, Blue Daisies Club, World Center of Personal Excellence, Mont Kiara International School. So it's a 2 minutes walk from this particular condo. So the condo is here, Mont Kiara School is here, so it's actually very nearby. Even the malls, like shopping, for example, is around this area. So if you're looking at like Sunway 163 Mall, it's only an 8-minute walk away. Yeah, in terms of healthcare, it's all on this side down here. So yeah, it's only like 7 minutes walk, 10 minutes walk. In terms of food and drinks, of course, there's a lot more, but most of it is here. So there's a lot more food and drinks. These are all just the basic ones or the most famous ones. In terms of parks, okay, there's no parks nearby. Mont Kiara actually has a very big Korean community. So if you're Korean, Mont Kiara is definitely the place for you. You know, there's a lot of Korean food. Soul Space Community Church. I'm not sure. I think this is Korean. I'm not so sure. I'm so sorry if I offended anyone. But yeah, this is a very interesting feature of what's nearby. Of course, you have the common facilities and all the facilities in this particular condo. Everything is here. You can actually call the agent and visit the condo if you want. Another good feature is the estimated mortgage. So this is the mortgage breakdown. It's basically a loan calculator. So based on the property price of 1.1 million, and let's just say you're putting at least, I don't know, 30% upfront, or maybe in this case, it's about 110,000, 10%. So the interest rate of 4% and a loan tenure of maybe 30 years, or maybe let's just say you don't want so long, it's only 20 years, you can recalculate it. Your estimated monthly is about 6,000 per month. You can search for the transaction history. This is another feature as well. But most of the time, you have to pay to get the full report. But of course, you can get an estimated pricing. So the last so-called transaction from September 23 till August of 2024. Of course, they hide the 2024 transaction and show you the ones in 2023. So over here you can see the last transacted price in 2023 was about 560 per square feet. Can say it's the average price, 560, below 600 ringgit. It's quite good. And property price in Malaysia is currently on the rise, so yeah, getting it at below 600 ringgit is still a good deal. In this property website, they also give you the description of the condo itself, so you can actually view the project details and view their facilities. So this is the gym, this is the pool area. Yeah, there's 16 units to buy, there's 5 units to rent. So if you like this particular condo, you can actually look at all the other units by all other agents in this particular condo. In Property Guru, there is this one feature. So when you search for a location, let's just say Mount Kiara, there is this one button that you can toggle on, which is called Show Map. I like to use this feature because it gives me a much better understanding of where all of this apartment condo that is above 1 million located. So over here, let's just say you want to be nearer to, let's just say, Garden International School, for example. So you can actually go nearby here, zoom in and see the condos nearby. So let's just see, here we have Laman Surya, 4 bedrooms, 2,100 square feet, 1.2 million. Not bad, most of it is about 1.2 million. What about this? Residency 22, this is also a very famous condo, 3,000 square feet for 3.2 million, 3 bedrooms, so it's about close to 1,000 ringgit per square feet. Let's see over here, what do we have here? Vista Kiara, we have Flora Murni. Yeah, so here is where you can check out based on the map of where you want to go. There's all the locations over here. So you can also just go through the map location and you can see what's actually nearby, what is where, you know. Like Garden International School is here. It's this whole area is all Garden International Schools, and then there's the Global Doctors Hospitals. So I'm sure if you have kids and you have grandparents, for example, or your parents, you would want to stay somewhere nearby here in this area. Let's just say Residency 22. So Residency 22 would be a good option for you right now, which is here. Yeah, there are so many here. Yeah, so based on this, Residency 22 looks like it's all big units, 2,000 square feet and above, which goes for more than 1,000 ringgit per square feet. Let's go for iProperty. iProperty also the same thing, you got to search by location. So let's just search Mount Kiara, for example. Of course, we have all residential. So in this case, so protect yourself from fraud, which is a good thing. Tips for renting or buying property. Yeah, have a look at this, have a read. Online transfers, check payments. See, they also mention always transfer money for down payments, bookings or deposits to a verified property agency, not directly to an agent or individual. You know what, I'll probably leave the link to this page in the description. So let's get back to this. Over here, let's go to condo and service residence. Minimum price, of course, for KL, you got to put 1 million ringgit. So in iProperty, you can actually show the properties like all, sub-sale, which is a secondary market, new launch or auction property. In terms of auction property, if you're not familiar with it, I don't suggest you go ahead with it because it's a very complicated, not very complicated, but it's a different process when buying auction property. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about the sub-sale and the new launch. But for now, I'll just show all. So over here, you can see there's 28 Mount Kiara. MK20 is actually a very expensive condo. So it's a very high-end condo actually. Let's just click on it and see what we get. So you have all the pictures over here. You have the actual address, 3+1, 4 bathrooms, 3 car parks. You can look at the location here. Simple description, great for family, own stay. Over here they show you it's a freehold, property type. It's actually not individual. Condominiums are strata title. I don't know why it's actually a mistake here. Posted date 28 December. Oh wait, that's today. They show you all the property features, the facilities, as well as a few transactions that recently happened. Okay, so one thing to note is Property Guru and iProperty are two huge property websites in Malaysia. and they recently merged about a year ago. So most of the features that you see will be in the same iProperty or property. Yeah, so over here, 31st of July 2024, a 3,000 square feet unit was sold at 2.35 million. Yeah, you can see here at 783 per square feet. So in the past year, it has been going for below 800 ringgit per square feet. So of course, in terms of investment, they do mention over here that there is a 6.7% capital growth. You also have the mortgage calculator here, and below you have similar properties in the area by other agents. So if you are interested in the other IDs or other units, of course you can go and have a look here. iProperty and Property Guru have their apps as well on Google Play and App Store and all. You can look for property to rent, the new launches over here, transaction. This is a new feature, but of course you have to pay for it. So they have news of what's going on here. You can also read up on the property. You can contact the agent directly. It's all here. Now let's go and check out Mudah.my, because Mudah.my is just an online marketplace for anything and everything. You need to specifically click on properties for sale and what exactly do you want. So in here, let's just look for apartment in Mont Kiara. So you can look for a property type. Let's just say it's condominium. Here we have 275 results for Mont Kiara. So you have all ads, private and by agents. Now, I always recommend going through an agent. Why? Is because when you go direct to the owner, what happens is that the owner does not know how to apply loan for you, how to get the lawyers for you, how does the selling process work, how is the disbursement by the bank with the lawyers and the booking works. They usually do not know on this. So agents will be able to advise you based on the listings they have at hand. If you go direct to the owner, they will just tell you about how good their units are, so they won't show you a few units and then you'll be able to choose. So only through agents will you be able to do that. You will have options when you go through agents. So over here, let's just see like Kiara 9 Residency at Mont Kiara, 1,600 square feet, 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 1.15 million. It's by a property agent, and I think this means it's a verified property agent. So let's have a look. What's this? Ads. Okay, so this is the actual unit. You can have a look at the unit and some more details about it. It's a non-boomy lot, 2 car parks, freehold. It's also freehold, it's a high floor. You can just contact this person. And this is the rent tag. So you can actually go to the website and check out his rent tag, whether he is a registered and licensed agent. So here they also have the same thing, what highways are nearby, the schools, malls, hospitals, as well as parks. So they show you what are the nearby amenities within 1 kilometer. So it's actually a good way of understanding what you're buying in terms of the surrounding areas. You also have nearby Kiara 9 Residency. We have 10 Mont Kiara, Gateway Kiara Mas, Aizen, Astria Mont Kiara. This is also a very good condo, Astria Mont Kiara. So these are the 3 main property websites that you can use to search for your property. Now, if you want to, you can also search by rent. So if you search for the condo earlier, now you can actually check out the rental price so that you can get an estimated ROI of that particular condo and unit size. And here's a pro tip. Look at the rental yield or ROI. In Malaysia, the average rental ROI for condos is about 3 to 5%. If you can find a property around this range or higher, like 8 to 9%, that is amazing. Buy it immediately. You see, Malaysia's property market is booming, and foreigners are already taking advantage of this. I asked one of the top property investors a few months back, and here's what he had to say.
Get yourself educated quickly because the property bull run is coming. Property is going to get a lot more expensive in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
I just spoke to a client in Canada.
Okay.
They had a property bull run since COVID. So they now all, every she knows amount of money, let me go and buy a retirement home in Malaysia.
Oh.
Now we are too undervalued. We are the cheapest capital to buy in Asia. We lost to Myanmar. Yangon is more expensive than Kuala Lumpur. So this cost today cannot continue.
Now, here's where you need to pay attention. There are 2 categories of properties. New properties that you buy from developer and subsale properties that you buy from an individual. New properties from developer usually come with 2-year warranty, but you'll need to spend on interior design because in most cases, the units are not fully furnished. It's a bare minimum. The ID can easily cost you 50,000 to 100,000 ringgit for a 1,000 square feet, 3-bedroom condo. For subsale properties on the other hand, These don't have warranty because you're buying directly from an individual. So you need to budget for defect checks and renovation. When viewing the properties, please evaluate the neighborhood. Look for red flags like poor infrastructure, lack of amenities, and even street lighting. These are all very important. I've had some friends who come up to me and say that they can't live in the house that they just bought like 6 months, a year, or maybe even 2 years ago. And it's because it's too far, it's very difficult for them to access it. There are no malls or nearby amenities. Even the nearest hospital is about 20 minutes to 30 minutes away from his house. So do check on all of this before you commit to a property. So a major tip is visit the property at different times of the day to check for noise, check for traffic, check for lighting. And if you're buying under construction property, always verify the developer's track record, just to make sure they don't have any abandoned projects. It's not a usual case, but it does happen. Now, moving on to the next thing to look out for are hidden fees and payments. So down payments vary depending on your loan margin. Whether you're taking a loan from our local bank or an overseas bank, it's the same. So a 70% loan margin will require you to fork out 30% upfront down payment. So when buying a property, there are fees involved. The estimated total fees can add up to about 8% of the property price. For example, a 1 million ringgit property will have about 80,000 ringgit in fees. So do budget for that too. Now we go to the do's and don'ts in property purchase. Here's a quick checklist to keep you on track. The first thing is to engage a registered real estate agent, or in Malaysia, we call them real estate negotiators. Now, make sure that your agent is licensed and registered. So it's very simple. Every registered agent in Malaysia has a REN tag, Real Estate Negotiators tag. In this, we'll show you their name, their picture, and the company that they work for. Ask them for their REN tag number. It's usually a 5-digit number that looks something like this. And you can actually go to this website to verify their credentials with the company that they are working for. Another thing is to research reputable developers. If you're buying an under construction property, do make sure that you're buying from a reputable developer, because in very rare cases, very rare, some of these projects do not see the light of day. So yeah, you just want to make sure you're buying from a reputable developer. Another thing to do, and it's a must do, is to inspect the property when you get your keys or before you even get your keys. So always assess the property's condition, including potential issues like mold, plumbing problems, or even structural damage. So always consider hiring... Don't consider. Do hire a professional inspector to properly inspect your property. They will do a comprehensive evaluation and produce a report. This makes it easier for you to renegotiate the price and even budget for the repair costs. Now let's go to the don'ts. Don't rush the decision. Take your time to understand all the aspects of purchasing the property, including the cost, the hidden fees, the legal implications, everything. And don't rely on online listings. Always visit the property in person to assess its actual conditions and the surrounding environment. Don't ignore the future developments. Consider the potential future developments in the area that may affect the property value and living conditions. I'll explain more on this on the deep dive series where I talk about the major cities. Like Mont Kiara is going to have the MRT3 station right smack in the middle, so it will definitely boost the property prices in Mont Kiara. Another one is don't pay your booking or deposits to the agent's personal account. You can always verify the company that they're working for and just make sure you don't bank into their personal account, but actually their company's account. And that's everything you need to know about buying a property in Malaysia. If you're actively looking to buy a property in Malaysia, check out my video on how foreigners can buy property. Or if you are considering the MM2H visa, I've got the June 2024 update with all the latest rules and requirements over here. And if you're still figuring out where to live, like which location or which state in Malaysia is best for an expat like you that fulfill all your needs, you can watch my video on the top 5 cities in Malaysia that expats love to live in and retire. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming series, Deep Dive. Deep Dive is a series where I'll dive deeper into the top cities to live in Malaysia, so you will have a much better understanding of that particular city. Like for example, KL, where to stay in KL. So I'll break down all this in my latest series called Deep Dive, where I'll talk about the cost of living, the schools, amenities, public transportation, as well as expat communities. It'll be uploaded over the next few weeks, so stay tuned. Now, if you need personalized advice, click the link below that says contact me and tell me what you need help with. Just a heads up, we've had an overwhelming response, so give us a bit of time to get back to you. If you need anything else, do let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.